Okay, well, thank you so much, Mr. Chairman, and thank you all to the witnesses here. I taught at Georgia State University and have been involved in these kinds of issues for a long time, and I probably share some of your frustration. I think I've been talking about the workforce development issues for decades, and this mismatch between our training and these good paying jobs out there. So you all have addressed some of these issues, but I'll just kind of circle back on some of them, and maybe start with Mr. Bustamante, who, why don't we have more of these programs in high schools? In college, I teach an MPA program, it's public administration, and all of our students, they have an internship even as they are in school. So they go right out of that program and they already have experience, they have worked in the area where they want to develop themselves. And I continue to be puzzled why we don't have more of these in our high schools.
That's a great question, Representative Bourdeaux, and thank you for it. It's a question that even we ask, right? It's a question that we ask when we make these connections with leadership from schools, and we try our absolute best, within our building trades capacity, here in Colorado, to partner with, we have actually a program here in the city of Arvada where there's a partnership with the high school and then with a technical college as well, where these kids have the opportunity to do some in-class kind of training, and then after a certain amount of time of this kind of in-class exposure to the trades, they get to have a little field trip to go to one of our training facilities, and then they also receive some kind of hands-on training at the technical college. I don't know if it's a matter of funding. I don't know if it's a matter of just the openness of schools wanting to bring these programs into their, into their mix, right, into their curriculums, and you'd be surprised at how much harder, how hard those conversations are to have, because there's a lot of steps you have to take. There's a lot of people you have to talk to, whether it's, whether it's district leadership, principals in school, and there's always somebody else that has to approve of some kind of curriculum, right? So it's a great question, because it's something that even we wonder, where it's like, you would think it would be a lot easier, especially with the way, the conversations go right now, that apprenticeships are a hot topic. And we're just as surprised as you are, that we don't have something, more like that in more schools. So we're still trying to figure that out, to be honest, Representative.
Yeah, no, I keep having the conversation, and somehow I wonder how much of this is related to the will to get it done, to do it. Dr. Parker, I bet you have some insight on that as well. So people working in the community colleges, and I know you guys have those kinds of programs, and that's really what you're describing. Do you know how do we move it to the high schools? And so we have that kind of continuum from the high school into the community colleges.
Well, Representative Bourdeaux, I'd like to provide an example of something that we just did here in one of my communities in Faribault, Minnesota. We created a new program. It's called H2C, High School to College to Career. And we started off with health science, but we're starting now with advanced manufacturing as well as construction trades. And what we did was work with the high school. Initially, they didn't have a 7th hour. And you think about all the general education requirements, there wasn't enough time in the day for young people in high schools to take a vacation that they have interest in. So we worked through a referendum to the community to add a 7th day. We partnered with our local Chamber of Commerce and the superintendent and hospitals and health facilities throughout the region for the health facilities to help us design the curriculum where high school kids will now get 36 college credits before they leave high school from South Central College. And then if they decide to go on and be a nurse or a medical lab technician, they'll have 1 semester or 2 additional semesters from the college, and they'll have a degree. Now that makes it more affordable for a high school student when you think about student debt, and it also provides the workforce of the future. And one last thing I'll say is that this community is changing demographically. So it's very diverse. It has a lot of Somali students, new Americans, and this now is creating that diverse workforce for the community as well.
I think I'm out of time, but I think we're all interested in hearing about those innovative programs and how we do more of those. So thanks so much.